The following is a live special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Ron Juckett. Happy spring! At 5:01 this morning, the winter of 2024-25 came to an official end. And yet there's snow in the forecast for Friday and Saturday. They're working across the hall. We're going to do this anyway. The cat's not real happy. So we've reached Memorial Day in our replay, and so as of now, the standings matter a great deal because really we've reached the quarter pole in this replay, and the options for the doubleheader today for the holiday weren't that great. There's no Brooklyn, Milwaukee, or St. Louis, Cincinnati, or anything like that, or I don't think that there is. So we hit the quarter pole the way that we started the season. The Washington Nationals or Senators versus the New York Yankees. And the last time we did those two teams, the National Senators swept them. First three at the start of the season. And so now, 35 games later, the Yankees are under 500. The Red Sox beat them in a game you didn't see yesterday in the Tuesday game. So the Nationals come to town. They are right around 500. They are playing much, much better than you'd expect, while the Yankees just can't get out of their own way. And now they have a big old doubleheader. Cleveland is in the driver's seat. It's not an insurmountable lead by any stretch, but the Yankees are better than a 500 club. But you are as good as your record says they are. And for the Yankees, they're a second division club right now. Let's play two, shall we? As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1956, a holiday doubleheader. Today, from the big old ballpark in the Bronx, it is the New York Yankees and the Washington Nationals. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so, Pedro Ramos and Johnny Cucks going at it in Game 1. How you doing, Parallel League? It is a beautiful day here in New York. And I don't know what year the holiday shifted to the Monday from the traditional May 30th. But in 1956, it was May 30th. So Ramos is 0-2 with a 5.44 ERA. Johnny Cucks 3-3 with a 4.5 ERA. How you doing, Forrest? And would you believe, as we get ready to do this doubleheader, that the Nationals have a better record than the Yankees? Play ball! It is true. Johnny Cucks gets the call in Game 1. He's making his 8th of 31 starts on the year. 23 years old, fastball at 85, a ground ball pitcher. His ERA should be closer to 4 than 4.5. He's 3-3 with a 4.53 ERA. His last start came on the 25th, so 5 days ago against Baltimore. 7 innings, 95 pitches, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 4. So in 49 2/3, he's allowed 60 hits, 30 runs, 25 earned, 5 homers. He's walked 15 and struck out 19. ERA is going in the right direction, but it's still not below 4. Here's the Senators Nationals lineup for you for Game 1. Eddie Yost leads off at short, or third base. Lyle Luttrell, that sounds like a character on the Carol Burnett show, doesn't it? Is at short. He'll bat second. Whitey Herzog is in left field. He'll go third. That's all you need to know if Whitey Herzog is in the power slot. Roy Sievers at first will clean up. Jim Lemon, who's cooled off power-wise and batting average-wise since we had the Nats on last, will bat fifth in right field. Did you know that Harmon Killebrew played second? I had no idea. He gets the call in Game 1. He'll bat sixth. Carl Olson is in left, or center rather. He'll bat seventh. Lou Berberet is behind the plate. He'll bat eighth. And Pedro Ramos on the mound will go ninth. Cucks can go 150 pitches. Defensively for the Yankees, Joe Collins is a 4-3 in left. His brother Tom is a cool drink. Mickey Mantle is an 8 and a 9 in center. Hank Bauer is 6 and a 5 in right. Andy Carey a 5 at third. Gil McDougald a 7 and a 10 at short. Billy Martin a 6 and a 9 at second. Eddie Robinson is a 6 at first. Yogi Berra gets the call in game 1 behind the plate. He's a 10 and a 9. And Kux is an 8 with a .914 fielding percentage. The Yankees slow start. Yeah, I think it does. I kind of expected the Yankees to walk away with this with the league, and they're not out of it by any stretch. Cleveland isn't running away with it, but you're looking now. I mean, we're into June next week, and the Yankees are in a heap of trouble if they're going to repeat as American League champions. First day of spring, snow showers. Yeah, we're looking for snow on Friday here. Yost at 293. 2 homers and 19 RBI. Again, sellout crowd here for the doubleheader. 76 degrees. Winds blowing to that courthouse in right field at 11. And Kux starts this one. Bounder to third. Carey has it. Andy throws to Robinson at first. And Yost is retired, 1 away. For Lyle Luttrell, I'm so glad that we had this time together. 1 for 6 on the replay. 189 in real life with 2 homers and 9 RBI. Kux steals, and that is past Martin in the center field. So in that sense, have the first base runner of the ball game, and that'll bring up Whitey Herzog. Looked like he was having fun on picture day, doesn't it? Whitey at 205 with 8 RBI. For the era, he has good speed. He stole 8 bases. So at least when his philosophy as a manager, first with the Royals and then the Cardinals, he practiced what he preached. Pitch to Herzog. There is a ground ball right side. Bauer will grab it. And it's first and second, 1 out for Roy Sievers. Roy, 301, 15 homers, and 43 RBI. Luttrell on second, Herzog on first. Washington knocking on the door already. Pitch to Roy. That is a bounder down to first. Robinson goes to McDougald for 1. They get Herzog, but they're not going to get Sievers. Don't even throw. So 2 out. Runners on the corners for Jim Lemon. Hitting .333, 10 home runs, and 39 RBI. Most of you so far think the Yankees will win the league. And I got to say, I'd agree with you. But you got to win games. Pitch to Lemon. There is a liner to third, and Andy Carey will make the play, and that will do. No runs, 2 hits. The Nats leave on 2, and after half an inning, Washington nothing. Yankees, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Yankees. And so Pedro Ramos is 21. He's making his 6th start of the year. He is 0-2 with a 5.44 ERA. His fastball tops out around 85 and is a fly ball plus pitcher. PD last pitched on the 27th. So 3 days ago in what could be best described as a fireworks show, a dumpster fire, a Christmas tree lighting, you name it, he did it. 2 1/3 in a 23-6 loss to the Red Sox. 72 pitches, 7 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 2. 41 1/3 innings for Pedro, 46 hits, 26 runs, 25 earned. He's allowed 6 home runs, but not since May 12th. He has walked 17 and struck out 16. Here's how the Yankees will line up. Hank Bauer leads off in right. Gil McDougald at short will bat second. Mickey Mantle, who is trailing in RBIs. He's getting it in batting average and now home runs in his Triple Crown year. Will hit third and play center field. Yogi Berra cleans up behind the plate. Joe Collins in left will bat fifth. Eddie Robinson at first will bat sixth. Billy Martin at second goes seventh. Andy Carey, or Max, if you will, is at third batting 8th, and Cox on the mound batting 9th. Ramos will give you 130 pitches. The question is, how many innings is that going to give you? Because PD, at least in 56, is throwing batting practice. Defensively for Washington, Whitey Herzog a 4 and a 5 in left, Carl Olson a 5 and a 4 in center, also the winner of the Van Johnson lookalike contest. Jim Lemon, as they're pounding on some pipes in the hallway, is a 7 and an 8 in right. Eddie Yost is a 7 at third. Lyle Luttrell is a 5 and a 3 at short. Harmon Killebrew, again, not a second baseman, a 3 and a 2 there. And Severs is a 4 at first. Lou Berberet is your catcher. He's a 6 and a 5, and Ramos is a 4 fielder with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Bauer at 231, 6 homers, and 25 RBI. Ramos, I suppose anytime you come in to pitch at Yankee Stadium, is going to be a bit nervous, but with the flags flying and all the pennants hanging from the rafters there, it is just kind of a nerve-wracking day if you're not in the pinstripes. Pitch to Bauer, strike 3, all of that, and he got him. A 2-2 fastball swung on and missed. That'll bring up Gil McDougald. Gil at 319, 2 homers, and 12 RBI. Broadcaster's jinx. Set that all up, only to get fooled again there. Okay, that's an episode of CSI, right? Pitch to McDougald. There is a ground ball to third. Yost has it. He throws across the way to Severs, and there are 2 outs. For Mickey Mantle, Mickey is hitting .342, 15 home runs, and 36 RBI. This is game number 40 for the Yankees, so they are past the quarter pole, and so are the Nationals. This is game 39 for them. Pitch to Mickey. Struck him out. Ramos gets through the first clean. He chased a 2-2 changeup, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1 here at the Big Old Ballpark, Washington nothing, New York nothing. So Killebrew, Olson, and Berberet to face Cox here in the second. Harmon at 250 with an RBI. He'll hit 5 in real life, or he hit 5 in real life. And again, you can start to see with this Nats team the start of what would become a pretty good ball club once they moved to Minneapolis. Pitch to Killebrew. There is a bounder up the middle. McDougald by the bag at second. Throws to Robinson for the out. Won't be there while they're in D.C., but if they had stayed, especially with the new stadium that was being built, they could have brought the first World Championship to Washington in 40 years. Carl Olson at 288, 4 homers and 10 RBI. How you doing, Scotty? There is a ground ball to third. Carey has it. Over to Robinson. 2 out. You know what? I haven't even filled out a bracket yet for the NCAAs, which start in about 15 minutes. Or made a futures bet. Well, the UVM women won their conference. They're in the tournament. Lou Berberet at 167 with a solo homer, because he only has the 1 RBI. Cook steals, and he draws the walk. I used to take these 2 days off from work and veg out for about 10 hours. Ramos, with 2 outs, going to have to swing. He's hitting 133 with 2 RBI. Cox winds and deals and struck him out, and that will do. So the Nats leave on a runner. Ramos foul-tipped it into Yogi's glove, and that will do. No runs, no hits. Washington is left on 3 after an inning and a half, no score. So Yogi, Joe Collins, and Eddie Robinson here in the second for New York. Yogi at 307, 10 home runs, and 31 RBI. Ramos steals. That's into right. Back goes Lemon. He'll turn, and Yogi makes it a 1-0 ball game. A massive home run into the bleachers in right center, and the Yankees go up 1-0. First hit, first run. It's Yogi. That was not hit as far as it looked, but you can find the subway tracks up there if you hit it hard enough over that Dotson sign, which wouldn't have been there in 1956. It's about where Josh Hamilton hammered one in the home run derby in 2008. Joe Collins, part-time player, hitting .212, 3 homers, and 9 RBI. Good first 4 game last night in Dayton, Parallel League says. Xavier down 10 and came back to beat Texas. Big some good stuff, absolutely. Pitch to Collins. There's a fly ball left center. Olsen has all day and will make the catch. And there's one out for Eddie Robinson. Just see today where the Celtics were sold for $6 billion with a B dollars. Scotty's watching this in his mechanic's waiting room. They're wondering what's going on. These are the games from Tokyo. Eddie Robinson at .333 has 5 home runs already and 6 RBI. He scored 7 times in 27 at-bats. Ramos steals, and Eddie draws the walk. Billy Martin at .246, 2 homers and 9 RBI. And it got away from Berberay, the wild pitch, and Robinson moves up to second. The 0-2 went in there and tight. Martin got out of the way, and Robinson moved up 90. So runner in scoring position, a 1-2 count, 1 out. Martin again. Ramos, a kid, sitting there with the eyes of the city of New York on him. On this Memorial Day, 1956. Pitch to Martin. There's a fly ball to left. Herzog running over. Robinson's going to have to retreat. Whitey makes an easy catch, and we're going to hold him. That every NHL team is worth $1 billion? I would think so. Andy Carey at .266, 2 homers and 21 RBI. I would say that as far as valuations in the NHL, I think number 1 is Toronto. The Rangers are probably second. I'd say the Bruins are in the top 5. Not that Jacobs is ever going to sell. Pitch to Carey. There's a fly ball, center field. Olsen ranges over, makes the catch, and makes a sliding catch. How do you do? So, however, the solo homer from Yogi Berra puts the Yankees on top here in the second inning of Game 1. It's New York 1, Washington nothing. So, Cuck's opening 9, just 28 pitches. 2 innings, 2 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. And Eddie Yost, 0 for 1, did none of those things. I would imagine that all of the Big 4 teams are in that $1 billion range. I would even, including the Tampa Bay Rays, the not Vegas Athletics, the Pirates. They're all 9-figure teams for sure. Pitch to Yost. There is a ground ball past Carey down the line and left. Collins will have to take his old legs and go run for it. Yost has 2 of these. He'll hold right there with a leadoff double. And for Eddie, that's his 7th double of the season. So the tying run immediately in scoring position for Lyle Luttrell, who singled his first time up. All these franchises are in good markets. And it's interesting. You look at Tampa, for instance, pitch to Luttrell. There's a chopper down the Carey grabs it in front of the mound. It was a bunt. He'll throw it to Martin, and the sacrifice worked. Had me fooled, too. So Yost moves to third. It was a good bunt, and the Yankees, or the manager here, were prepared for it. Whitey Herzog singled his first time up. So the tying run just 90 feet away. As I was saying, you look at a situation like Tampa, where the hockey team has not only been successful pretty much since day one at the box office, but, you know, they've kind of, it is a good franchise. Tampa's a good city. It wasn't quite sure that that would be a hockey market, but in the 30-some-odd years that they've had a team, they've been successful. They've had good players. They've kept their players and all that. For 1,000 years, Tampa was the siren song for baseball teams in trouble. And so they built the Trop, trying to lure first the Giants and then the White Sox and all that. And it's just been an amazingly, I don't want to say amazingly bad fit. I guess we'll go with that. Pitch to Herzog. And Whitey grounds this one through the right side. Yost is going to score, and this one's tied. So the fourth hit, Herzog has 2 of them. Roy Sievers is 0 for 1. Cook's just kind of kicking the mound right now. Pitch to Sievers. That is a ground ball to first. Robinson has it. Goes to McDougald for 1. Gill will not throw, but it will be late. And so Sievers is going to reach on a 3-6 fielder's choice. 2 out. Excuse me. Lemon. Do you think the Rays will end up in Orlando? Again, you know, they might, but if Miami's not going to work and Tampa's not going to work, what makes anybody think that Orlando would work? Lemon is 0 for 1. Pitch to Jim. Struck him out, and that will do. A 1-2 fastball got him looking. However, the Nationals get a run on 2 hits. No errors, and we go to the bottom of the third. 1-1. So Cucks, Bauer, and McDougald. Johnny is 0 for 13 on the replay. He has walked once, scored twice, and struck out 6 times. I mean, one of the things that teams or leagues need to do is stop putting square pegs into round holes. And I think that Florida as a state is just, it's not a good year-round baseball market. It does spring training quite well, and I can see why they tried it. Cuck strikes out as Ramos got him to chase an 0-2. 1 out for Bauer, who struck out his first time up. Ramos opening 9, 40 pitches, 2 1/3. The lone hit, the solo homer from Yogi. A walk and 3 strikeouts. Yet the Mariners threatened to move to Tampa for years. Again, you got to have some leverage, and Tampa was the leverage, but kind of like the girl you liked in high school that turned out to be not so virtuous. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. And so it's, I mean, let's take a look at Los Angeles as an example for the NFL. That was the threat for 1,000 years. Unless you build me a stadium, we're moving the club to Los Angeles. It's worked for the Rams. Absolutely has been beneficial for the Rams. The Chargers, on the other hand, again, that's the hooking up in the back of the Pinto type marriage. It was good for a short period of time, but now you're kind of stuck there. Pitch to Bauer is a base hit in the right center. Lemon will grab it, and Hank is on with a single. Take the wife and kids to Disney and see a ball game. Now, see, they tried that with Boardwalk and Baseball and Wide World of Sports, and it didn't really work. I mean, they were lucky they had the facilities down there 5 years ago during COVID to do the, finish the NBA season. McDougald is 0 for 1. We'll see. I mean, if depending on how it's run, Pitch to McDougald. There is a ground ball past Luttrell into left field. Herzog will have it. Bauer will round third and hold, or second and hold. I mean, I suppose the blueprint would be the Vegas Golden Knights. Again, you're going to go sit there and see a team in a city that offers you everything, including Yul Brynner, or at least his ghost. And the Golden Knights were incredibly successful right out of the gate. The Raiders are such a brand name in football, and you can bet on it, I'm sure, that even those 10 games a year are there. It'll be very curious to see when the A's finally set up shop how they are perceived. So I think some of it has to do with ownership, and if they just kind of do the vagabond thing, the Rays, and move to Orlando, Mickey Mantle struck out his first time up, Bauer on second, McDougald on first. Ramos deals, popped him up. Oh my goodness. Severs, Lemon. It'll be Severs, and Roy will make an easy catch, 2 out. For Yogi Berra, who homered in the second, his first time up. I mean, if they do commit to Orlando, personally, I think Charlotte or Nashville is where they should go. You got to spend money. You got to keep the players. You got to build. I mean, it's amazing to me, and I've said this before, that they remind me so much of the Expos. They had a racetrack at Disney too that didn't work out. No, so I mean, if the kids don't want to see it, they want to go to Disney, and Disney isn't cheap. Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. Holy cow, I think he's going to make it. Stop right there! I got it all right now! There we go. Okay, you got me to sing. Pitch to Yogi. Walked him. Bauer on third. McDougald on second. Yogi on first for Joe Collins, who may be who you want here, was 0 for 1. Let's go, Nats! Okay there. My nemesis, midlife crisis. I see you, Newman. I see you right there. Pitch to Collins. There's a line drive. Killebrew snares it, and the Yankees cannot score. Wow. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the fourth in game 1. Washington 1, New York 1. Killebrew is 0 for 1. So Johnny Cucks and Pedro Ramos here. Wouldn't expect this one to be a pitcher's duel. Pitch to Killebrew. Harmon hits a ground ball. McDougald cuts it off by second. Throws to first for the out. So Carl Olson is 0 for 1. So I suppose to get back to what we were talking about with parallel league, I don't know what the answer is. I'd say move the team to Nashville or sell it to Nashville interests. They'll build the part. They have the ownership and a group. You got to be patient as a team develops. It's not like Tampa has been a doormat in the American League East. Pitch to Olson is a ground ball, hits the mound. Martin right there, over to Robinson, 2 out. For Lou Berberet, who walked his first time up. Struck him out. So that's 3 for Cuck. So 2-2 fastball at the knees. And we've played 3.5. No runs, no hits, no errors for Washington. It's the Nats 1, the Yankees 1. All right, I'm going to grab a cough drop here. These standings would now mean something. I had buttered toast for part of my lunch, and so my throat's a little greasy. All right, standings. These mean something in the American League. Cleveland 2 up on Boston, 3 up on Detroit, 4 up on Washington, 4.5 on Chicago, and the Yankees. Baltimore 7.5, Kansas City 10.5. In the National League, Milwaukee ain't nothing like the real deal. They're 3 up on Brooklyn, 5 up on St. Louis, 7 up on Cincinnati, who's at 500, and then everyone else is struggling. It'll be Robinson, Martin, and Carey here in the bottom of the 4th. Eddie walked his first time up. Scotty said Portland, Oregon is trying to decide about a potential team. Plans developed for a riverfront stadium between a couple of bridges. See, I'm surprised that they didn't make a bigger play for the Athletics. Although Vegas is such a siren song that you understand when they're going to go there. Now, baseball will expand again to get to 32. And I think that you get a West Coast team and an East Coast team. And I think Portland is in pretty good shape for an expansion team. Robinson in the right field. Lemon going back, and that's gone. So Eddie Robinson puts the Yankees out in front 2-1. They've had 4 hits, and 2 of them have left the yard. For Eddie, that's a 6th of the year. That is not a very high wall out there. However, Lemon just never got to it. That was about 5 or 6 rows deep in the stands. The poll question today is, who do you think wins the American League? And overwhelmingly, you guys say New York. Billy Martin is 0 for 1. That is in the left. Herzog, that's well hit. Whitey will make the grab. 1 out. Now 80 degrees. Winds blowing left to right at 12. It is a game. You can't buy it on Steam, Wolf. It's dksports.com. So it's a computer game as opposed to a card and dice game. So I'm not playing in a browser. It is an actual game. Andy carries 0 for 1. That is a ground ball right side. Lemon will pick it up. And the Yankees are timing Ramos a lot better the second time through. Here's Cooks. Johnny struck out his first time up. They play for the bunt. We're going to give him, nope, the throw to first, and Carey's back. And we're going to give him the bunt. Cooks puts one down. Ramos over to Killebrew covering, and it worked. So sack bunt. Carey on second, 2 out for Bauer. Hank is 1 for 2. He is singled and struck out. Ramos, 18 batters deep, 74 pitches, 3 2/3, 5 hits. The home runs, Barra in the second and Robinson in the 4th. He has walked 2 and struck out 3 as we cross the noon hour. Doubleheader day for Memorial Day 1956. The Yankees and the Nationals from the big old ballpark in the Bronx. Pitch to Bauer is a ground ball to Severs. Roy flips it to Ramos, and that will do it for the Yankees in the 4th. They do get the solo home run, 2 hits and no errors. We go to the 5th. New York 2, Washington 1. So Ramos, Yost, and Luttrell to face Cooks here in the 5th. Petey is 0 for 1. He struck out. Cooks steals. That's in the left. Collins. 1 out. For Yost, Eddie 1 for 2. A double. And a run scored. 18 batters deep for Johnny. 65 pitches, 4 1/3. Cat sniffing up where she thinks that my wrappers are. 4 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. They have one for college baseball. I don't know if anyone's done college baseball teams or not. And the people who would know that, I don't think are here. Pitch for Yost. And Eddie draws the walk. Lyle Luttrell singled. And bunted. He's 1 for 1. 4 hits for Washington, 1 out here in the 5th. Snap throw down to first. Do they get Yost? Oh, they do. Yogi. He's got a great arm, and Yost was leaning the wrong way. That's an easy out, 2 away. So nobody on now for Lyle. That's in the left. Collins. That's well hit. Going back there. And Joe will make the catch, and we go to the break. Halfway home in Game 1. Windy and 65 here in town. New York 2. Washington 1. Come get her, Sarah. Well, I forget when the ad was. The cat got in the way. First of 2 today on this Memorial Day between the Yankees and the Nationals. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for New York. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Washington. The Yankees win up first, a solo homer from Yogi Berra to make it 1-0. The Nats tied it in the 3rd. Whitey Herzog singled to score Eddie Yost to make it 1-1. And then a moment ago, Eddie Robinson powered a home run, his 6th of the year, to make it 2-1. Virgil Cucks, or Johnny Cucks, 5 innings, 4 hits. The 1 run, he walked 2 and struck out 3 so far. Ramos, 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. The 2 solo shots, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. I don't think they have any official releases for college parallel. That doesn't mean that people haven't made any homebrews, because you can do that. And the problem would be because the offense is a little bit different there. And honestly, Wolf, there's very little demand for college baseball. Gil McDougall will lead us off here in the 5th. Gil 1 for 2 and a single. Hey, Sarah, come get her. McDougall draws the walk. So that's how the bottom of the 5th will start. That's Pedro's 3rd. He walked 76 in the real year and struck out 54. Mickey Mantle has struck out. He's 0 for 2. Oh, I'm sure that there's homebrews that exist, as John says. Or Midlife Crisis, sportsreplays.net would have some if they're there. I know that there's some homebrew APA seasons, if you've ever played that, Wolf, for college baseball. Pitch to Mantle. Mickey draws the walk. Pocket Pennant Run, I think, has some college seasons, too. So they're out there. So Mantle drew a 4-pitch walk. And here's Yogi Berra, who homered in the 2nd. And then walked. Berberet and Ramos have a word. Pedro digs in. Berra, line drive to Killebrew, and everybody's got to scamper back. 1 out. That was a BB right down to Killebrew. Here's Joe Collins. He's 0 for 2. Walked him. So the bases are loaded. McDougall on 3rd. Mantle on 2nd. Collins on 1st for Eddie Robinson, who homered in this game. The Yankees would take another one of those right now. They lead it 2-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. There is a ground ball between Killebrew and Severs. Lemon eventually gets there. McDougall will score. Mantle is being held. Lemon has a good arm. And the Yankees go up 3-1. Here's Billy Martin. Billy is 0 for 2. Wolf, what do you like for college baseball? So bases are loaded. 1 out for Martin. Billy draws a bases loaded walk, and Mantle will get the easy run. So it's 4-1. This is what the Yankees should be doing to other teams. Here's Andy Carey. Andy has a single. 1 for 2. Still 1 out. Again, Ramos, don't let that 130 pitch count fool you. He wouldn't go in 8 or 9 a day. That's into right center. Olsen has a long run and will make the catch. Collins goes back to tag and will score without a throw. It's a good 4-10 out there in the alley in right center. And so Olsen saved a run by making the catch. It is now a 5-1 ball game, but it could have been worse. So here's Johnny Cucks. Johnny has a bunt and a strikeout. He's 0 for 1. 2 out, 5-1 New York. Struck him out, and Ramos is through 5. However, 3 runs on a hit, a whole mess of walks. And after 5, it's the Yankees 5, the Nationals 1. So Herzog, Seaver, and Lemons. Cucks, who won 18 in real life for the Yankees in '56, is looking for his 4th win of the season today. Herzog has singled twice and driven in a run. Ground ball to Martin. Over to Robinson, 1 out. Severs is 0 for 2. Cucks could use an easy win. Dave Gardner brings up the point. He thought they were called the Senators. We've talked about this before. Baseball Reference lists them as the Nationals till '57. But I think the names were pretty much interchangeable. Now, the modern version, the National League version, have always been the Nationals. I don't know if there was ever a point to call them the Senators. And the expansion team that eventually became the Texas Rangers were always the Senators. But you can call them Ray, and you can call them Jay, and you can call them the Nats, and you can call them the Sims. Pitch to Severs, hit him. So Roy trots down to first, rubbing some dirt onto that arm or leg where he got hit in the ribs. So 1 out for Lemon, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. So you wouldn't be wrong, essentially. There's a fly ball to left. Collins retreating, and Joe will make the catch. Severs back to first. I put him in as the Senators when we started the year. First in war, first in peace, and last in the American League. Harmon Killebrew is 0 for 2. It's kind of a treat to be playing him, right? Pitch to Harmon. Struck him out, and Cucks is through 6. No runs, no hits. They leave a runner on. After 5.5, Yankees 5, Washington 1. So topping the lineup to face Ramos, Bauer, McDougald, and Mantle. Pedro, 108 pitches, 5 innings, 6 hits. The home runs, Yogi Berra and Eddie Robinson. He has walked 6 and struck out 4. Bauer 1 for 3 with a K. The Nats don't sweat through long flies. Pitch to Bauer. Struck him out. So Ramos is fan 5. McDougald is 1 for 2. He has singled, walked, and scored. Into left. Herzog makes a catch. 2 out for Mantle. So Ramos is giving Washington about what you'd expect. Not out of it, but he's going to give you 6. Mickey Mantle is walked and struck out and scored. He's 0 for 2. He draws another walk. Here's Yogi. Homered in the second. Now it's 11. Into right. Lemon. Going back. That is off the wall. That's a pretty short wall. Mantle thought that was gone. He slowed down. Now he speeds up. He's going to score on the double from Yogi, and it's a 6-1 game. Yogi just kept the legs going. That's only a 3-foot wall back there. And so Lemon couldn't quite get there, but the ballpark kept it in. For Joe Collins, who is 0 for 2. Joe has walked and scored. That is into right center. Yogi should score. Lemon will throw it back in. And the Yankees are taking Ramos behind the woodshed. So here's Eddie Robinson. Eddie is 2 for 2. See if Ramos can get out of the 6th. A home run today and 2 RBI. He has walked once and scored once. Popped up. Killebrew into foul territory. A long run for Harm. And by the coach's box, he will make the catch. And we've played 6. Yankees break game 1 open. 2 runs, 2 hits, and no errors. Bombers 7, Nationals 1. So Olsen, Berberet, and the pitcher spot here in the 7th. Johnny might be able to go the distance, and if you can get a complete game in a doubleheader, you are whistling Dixie there. Olsen is 0 for 2. Struck him out, 5 for Cucks now, a 2-2 curveball. Got him swinging. For Lou Berberet, who has walked and struck out, he's 0 for 1. Up the middle, Martin has it. Over to Robinson, 2 out. Mr. Gardner played Apple Basic? Well, after I went to bed last night. See what they do with Ramos here. They should pull him. 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. Stays in the game. Ground ball to Carey. Andy across the way from third to first. I don't know why you don't pinch hit. We're stretch time, 7-1 New York. It'll be Martin, Carey, and Cucks to bat here in the bottom of the 7th. Billy is 0 for 2, a walk and an RBI. Ramos' pitch count is there. This particular patch of this game seems to be leaving starters in too long. Right field, Lemon. 1 out. For Andy Carey, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Carey off the mound. Killebrew has it. Throw to Seavers, 2 out. Well, the computer seems to know best. Brings up Cucks is going to hit. Johnny is struck out twice. Ramos. Wind now blowing right in from those bleachers in left field. 80 degrees. Comfortable day. Packed house here at the stadium. Pitch to Cucks. Up the middle, Killebrew again over to Seavers. And what the heck do I know? Ramos goes 7. After 7, Yankees 7, Nationals 1. So 27 batters deep for Cucks. Yost 1 for 2. A double, a run scored, and a walk. Johnny, 95 pitches, 7 innings, 4 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 5. That is a ground ball past McDougal, and that's a base hit. Yost takes a round turn and won't go. 5th hit for Washington. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for DC. They've left on 5. The Yankees, 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors. And they have left on 8. If you're not bunting down 6 runs, Luttrell 1 for 2 with a single. Punches this one down to Robinson. What's he going to do with it? He's going to McDougald for 1. They get Yost. Luttrell's going to reach. No throw back. So a fielder's choice. In effect, a bunt. But it didn't really work. Whitey Herzog has had himself a day. He is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and an RBI. In the center field, Mantle makes the catch. So 2 out for Severs. Roy is 0 for 2. Cook's just kind of breezing through this one. Clearly his best start of the year. We'll have game 2 of this doubleheader right after the first one. Pitch to Severs. Ball 4. So first and second now. Two out for Lemon, who's 0 for 3 with the K. Now, I don't know. We talked about this a bit earlier. When did the holiday officially change from whenever May 30th was to that Monday in May? I believe in Vermont, where I am, it's still the holiday. The official state holiday is the 30th. Pitch to Lemon. There is a ground ball to down past third. Collins coming in. That'll skip past him. It skipped past everybody. Luttrell will score. Severs caught by surprise. He's going to score, and it's 7 to 3. So Washington at least trying to make it look better. Lemon is now driven in 2 today. Here's Killebrew. He's 0 for 3. Cucks trying to get 4 outs. In the left, back goes Collins. Joe will make the catch. It kind of died out there, and we're through 7.5. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. Senators have left on 6 after 7.5. New York 7, Washington 3. So Ramos 36 batters deep. Just tells you how many he's walked. 144 pitches, 7 innings, 7 runs, 8 hits, the 2 homers, Barra and Robinson. He has walked 7 and struck out 5. Bauer is 1 for 4. He has struck out twice. They're leaving Ramos into rot, and Bauer will draw the walk. For Gil McDougald, Gil 1 for 3. He has singled, scored, and walked. The Washington bullpen is exhausted. All those S's you see up there, except for Griggs, means that they're on short rest. So Ramos pretty much is taking one for the team right now. Pitch to McDougald. He walked him. So Ramos is pitching now with an exhausted arm. That's his 9th walk. And as soon as we said it's Hal Griggs coming in, and that's who's going to come in. So Ramos will end this one, 7+ innings and 9 walks. Pitching change, game 1 or 2 here at the big old ballpark in the Bronx. Yankees 7, Washington 3. Bobby, how are you? It may have been during the late 60s, along with other holidays, the Washington's birthday, that will have more 3-day weekends. I remember celebrating Washington and Lincoln's birthdays being separate. And that would have been the late 70s. Again, we've always celebrated the holiday Memorial Day, usually on the weekend. But, yeah, don't know. Interesting question. Hal Griggs, 11th appearance. He's 1-3 with an earned run average of 15.49. I don't think that's good. 28 years old, fastball at 89. Fly ball pitcher. He pitched 3 days ago against Boston in a win. 8-6 win. He went 1 inning, 25 pitches, 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned and a walk. The White Sox touched him for 10 runs on May 16th. 20 1/3 for Hal. He only needs to get a couple outs here. 36 hits, 36 runs, 35 earned, 3 homers. He's walked 27 and struck out 8. Ugh. So the Yankee fans have started to go towards the concourses to get a reload on their Reingolds and Schaefers and Ballantines and all that for Game 2. Mickey Mantle is walked twice, he has scored twice, he struck out once, and he's 0 for 2. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Bauer on second, McDougal on first. Mantle bounds one to Severs. They're going to get one here. Nope, and it's Mantle as Severs goes to the bag himself. So the other runners move up. 91 out for Yogi Berra. Yogi homered in the second. He's 2 for 3. Also has a double. Bounder to Severs again. Second verse. Same as the first. Bauer is going to score. Severs to the bag. 2 out in an 8-3 game. Here's Collins. Joe 1 for 3. He has singled, scored, walked, and driven in a run. Remember, it's a doubleheader day here on Retro Sports Network, and you'll get the second one of this a couple minutes after the first. Pitch to Collins is into center field. Olsen moving back, and that will do. We've played 8. Yankees get another run. They didn't get any hits, nor did Washington make any errors. After 8, Yankees 8, National Senators 3. So Cuck's looking to finish this one off. It'll be Olsen, Berberet, and the pitcher spot. Washington 5 to tie and 6 to go ahead. Olsen 0 for 3 with a strikeout. After further review... Oh, so when was Labor Day? It moved along with Washington. It's 1968. Was moved along with Washington's birthday and Labor Day. So when was Labor Day? I always thought it was that first Monday in September. Pitch to Olsen. Ground ball to Carey. Andy Max waits for it, waiting forever. Snap throw. Olsen's running, and he is safe on the bang banger. So here's Lou Berberet. Lou 0 for 2. He's walked and struck out. I had no idea that Labor Day was not on a Monday. I know the rest of the world really celebrates it on May 1st. That's May Day. Up the middle, Martin. McDougal for 1, Robinson for 2. So a 4-6-3 double play. 2 out now. Last chance saloon. It won't be Griggs, who's 1 for 3. Who they pinch hitting? Ernie Orovitz. Ernie looks like Bill Cullen, doesn't he? 24 years old, is a pinch hitter hitting .250. Overall, 276, 2 triples, and 6 RBI. Up the middle, Martin has it. Yankees win Game 1. September 5th. Interesting. Had no idea. Anywho, 1-2. Yankees are a 500 ball club. They beat the Senators or Nationals in Game 1, 8-3. So 2 hours and 39 minutes for you to be baking out in the sun. New York, 8 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They leave on 9. Washington, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and they leave on 6. Yogi's going to be your MVP. He drove in 3 and hit a home run. 2 for 4. Ramos, 0-3. Now 7 innings, 8 hits, 8 runs, all earned. He gave up the homers to Robinson and Yogi Berra. He did a Dolly Parton. He walked 9 and struck out 5. Yeah, I had no idea. September 5th, huh? Griggs only faced 3 batters. Johnny Cuck's 9 innings to go to 4-3. 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 3 and struck out 5. All right, we're going to set up for game number 2. We'll be right back. was quick. And you were only 8 back then. Well, you wouldn't have known because you really were, what, first or second grade? Bullet Bob Turley will get the call here in game number 2. The winds are now in at 10. It is 77 degrees. It has been a gorgeous day throughout in New York. And the lineup for both of these teams looks rather familiar. Let's tell you about Turley. Bob making his 7th start of the year. He is 2-2. In real life, his earned run average was over 5. On the replay, it's at 275. He's 26 years old, a major part of this Yankee run that's about to take place through 64. Fastball at 94. And a standard pitcher. He last went 6 days ago against the Tigers. Did not get a decision in a 14-8 game that the Yankees won. 6 2/3, 148 pitches, 9 hits, 6 runs, all earned, a homer. He walked 6 and struck out 3. 39 1/3 for Turley, who will be the 1958 Cy Young Award winner. 38 hits, 27 runs, just 12 earned. So the defense around him has been spotty at best. 3 homers. Goodness gracious, he's walked 29 and struck out 27. Here's how Washington will line up for game 2. With the exception of Pasquale, it says, another catcher too. Eddie Yost at third will lead off. Luttrell, again at short, will bat second. Whitey Herzog in left will go third. Roy Sievers at first will clean up. Clint Courtney, who will catch for the Orioles at some point, or already has, will bat 5th behind the plate. Carl Olson in center will bat 6th. Jim Lemon in right will bat 7th. Another look at Harmon Killebrew, the 20-year-old, will play second and bat 8th. And Camille Pasquale on the mound batting 9th. He's just 22. Turley can go 135 pitches. I don't believe the defense has changed except for Turley, but we'll go through it again. Collins a 4 3 in left. Mantle an 8 9 in center. No load management for this, boys and girls. Bauer a 6 5 in right. Carey a 5 at third. McDougal a 7 10 at short. Martin a 6 9 at second. Robinson a 6 at first. Yogi a 10 9 behind the plate. And Turley is a 2 with a .955 fielding percentage. We've trained the monkeys to run the abacus, and they tell us that Yost is hitting .301, 2 homers, and 19 RBI. Turley starts game 2. Ground ball to Martin behind the bag, and there is 1 out. Lyle Luttrell got a hit in game 1. Let's go Yanks. You're just all over the place, John. Luttrell 2 for 9, 222. I remember having a conversation with someone who is a writer at The Athletic. Here's my name drop for you for today. I was in an OOTP league with him. Pitch to Luttrell, and he draws the walk. Turley walked 103 in 132 innings. Control. Him and Janet Jackson were not on the same page. Whitey Herzog at 220 and 9 RBI. Yogi shares a birthday with Parallel Link's father. 5/12/25, and your dad was born on 5/12. 25 as well, or later? So it came up in conversation. Well, who do you root for? Pitch to Herzog is a fly ball right center. Mantle having a long way to run, but he'll corral it, and Luttrell goes back to first. So I said the Canadiens, which of course made him quite happy. Not the Red Sox, back when the Red Sox were winning championships on a semi-regular basis. The Celtics and the Giants. And said athletic writer deadpans to me, Roy Sievers hitting .297, 15 homers, and 43 RBI. Okay, the same exact. 22. Okay, my grandfather was born July 4th, 1920. So said athletic writer deadpans to me, do you root for the house and blackjack as well? Pitch to Severs. Roy hits a line drive to over third. Collins is going to have to go get that. That will drop in front of him and bounce all the way to the wall. Luttrell is around third. He's going to score. Severs is into second standing, and the Nationals are up 1-0. How you doing, Big Dave? So the Yankees won the opener 8-3. Washington gets first blood here in the first in Game 2. Clint Courtney at .299, a home run and 14 RBI. There is a ground ball to Martin over to Robinson, and that should take care of business. It does. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. Game 2 of our holiday doubleheader. Washington won. Here come the Yankees. Camilo Pascual, Little Potato, he's lost his last 5 decisions. He's 2-5 with a very Boeing 7.77 ERA, making his 9th start. He's 22, fastball at 92, and a fly ball pitcher. He last pitched on the 27th against the Red Sox in that 23-6 loss. Inning in a third, 63 pitches, 4 hits, 8 runs, all earned, a homer. He walked 5 and struck out 1. His last win came over a month ago against Baltimore on the 22nd. So Pascual, 44 innings, 45 hits, 39 runs, 38 earned. He has allowed 12 home runs. He has walked 28, and his 48 Ks are second in the American League. Yankees line up like this for Game 2. Hank Bauer leads off in right. Gil McDougall at short will bat second. Mickey Mantle in center will go third. Easy lineup for Casey, just cut and paste. Yogi Berra cleans up behind the plate. Joe Collins in left will bat fifth. Eddie Robinson at first will go sixth. Billy Martin at second, batting seventh. Andy Carey at third goes eighth. The lone change. Turley on the mound, batting ninth. And Pascual can give you 120 pitches on the mound defensively for Washington in Game 2. Herzog a 4-5 in left. Olsen a 5-4 in center. Lemon the best of the bunch. Easy peasy lemon squeezy a 7-8 in right. Yost is a 7 at third. Luttrell a 5-3 at short. Killebrew a 3-2 at second. Severs a 4 at first. The battery is the only thing that's been changed. Make sure that your 9 volts all fresh. Courtney a 5-4 behind the plate, and Pascual is a 7 on the mound with a .951 fielding percentage. Bauer at .231, 6 homers and 25 RBI. That is up the middle. Luttrell by the bag at second. Over to Severs. Bauer's running, and he's out on the bang-banger. So, again, it's a nice day here in New York. 77 degrees. WABC. Winds blowing in from left center at 10. And speaking of WABC, if you're on the beach, if you're at Jones Beach, or at Far Rockaway, or wherever else you may not be watching or listening to this game, roll your bod. Roll your bod. Gil McDougall is hitting .319. 2 homers and 12 RBI. Game 41 for New York and game 40 for Washington. Pascual delivers. McDougall, slow chopper to Luttrell. He's going to wait for it. Has to put something extra on the throw, and McDougall beat it out. That was going to be a tough play no matter what. Luttrell made a good stab at it. McDougall is not fleet of foot, but it was just hit deep enough in the hole that an average runner could beat out a good throw, and that's what happened. So here's Mickey Mantle, Mickey at .335, 15 homers and 36 RBI. Got him. A 1-2 fastball swung on and missed. Scotty's car is still in the shop. Yogi Berra, who homered in Game 1 at .313, 11 homers and 34 RBI. Right center, back goes Lemon, and that ball is gone. So Yogi homers in both ends of the doubleheader. Puts that one near the scoreboard in right center. The Yankees go up 2-1. That's his 35th and 36th RBI of the year. And on this day, it looks like the Yankees are the world beaters we thought they would be. Although 40% of you in our poll don't think that the Yankees win the pennant. Here's Joe Collins, 214, 3 homers, and 10 RBI. Left field goes the opposite way. Herzog makes the catch, and that'll do. 2 runs on the Yogi home run, 2 hits and no errors. We go to the second in game 2. New York 2, Washington 1. So Olson, Lemon, and Killebrew to face Turley here in the second. Carl at 286, 4 homers and 10 RBI. Cat protesting at the door, lines this one to right. Bauer won't get there, and that's a base hit. For Jim Lemon at 331, 10 homers and 41 RBI. The Nationals, or the Senators, are the surprise in baseball. They are 19-20 as we head into Memorial Day. Pitch to Lemon. Fly ball, left center. Mickey running a long, long way. Can he get there? Oh, he can! He lost the hat as he threw it back in. But in the words of Mel Allen, how about that? Here's Killebrew, Harmon at 188 with an RBI. Turley could use an easy inning here, although the Yankees did not need to go to their pen in game 1. Pitch to Killebrew. That is a base hit past McDougald in the left field. Collins will grab it, and they're going to try for Olson. Olson's trying to go to third. Collins not blessed with a ramen noodle arm. Did they get him? Well, Killebrew's going to second. No, it got away from Carey, and that will score a run. So Collins throws it away, and this game is tied at 2. Killebrew goes all the way to third. So Olson scores from first. It was a bad play by Carey. Collins' throw got away from Carey, and Olson just skipped over the ball and waltzed all the way home. And that's why the Yankees are a 500 club. 1 out. Pasquale's going to swing here. He does have a triple. He's 1 for 12. Oops. Ron, move the mouse. Okay. So Killebrew ends up on third after the error, and Olson scores. All right, now we'll bat Pasquale. That is past Martin into center field. Killebrew's going to score. And the Nationals go up 3-2. Here's Eddie Yost. Eddie's 0 for 1. Turley just kind of shaken up right now. 43 pitches, inning and a third, 4 hits, and a walk. Yost is 0 for 1. Fly ball, left center. Mantle again running. Good thing he did a sprint down in Fort Lauderdale and made the catch. Here's Luttrell. Lyle walked and scored. It's just a slow chopper to first. Robinson is there. And Pasquale is, well, they get the out of first. However, big inning for Washington. 2 runs, 3 hits in the Yankee error. On the throw makes it DC 3, Yankees 2. So Robinson, Martin, and Carey to face Pasquale here in the second. Eddie at 367. Homered in game 1. He now has 6 and has driven in 8. Into right. Lemon. 1 out. Lemon makes a sliding catch on the grass. One away for Billy Martin, hitting .241, 2 homers and 10 RBI. That is in the left center field. That will get between Olsen and Herzog. Martin is going to steam his way to second. Olsen got a terrible jump. Martin looked at third, but thought better of it. And Billy has his 9th double of the year. So the Yankees have the tying run on, 1 out for Andy Carey, who is hitting .268, 2 homers and 22 RBI. That's a base hit in the left center field. There's no such thing as a shutdown inning, right? Martin will round third and be held. So Carey on first, Martin on third, and Turley is going to bunt. Not going to be a squeeze play here. They play for the bunt. Carey just waiting. Turley squares. Pasquale deals. Ball is down. Severs has it. And they're going to send Martin home. This is going to be a squeeze. When they go to the plate, Martin out. So Martin got a little bit anxious there. First and second, 2 out for Bauer, who's 0 for 1. You're kind of darned if you do and darned if you don't. Pasquale opening 9, 32 pitches, inning and 2/3, 4 hits, a home run from Berra, and a strikeout. And Bauer punches this one in the left for a base hit. Herzog cuts it off. Carey runs right through third and will score, and this game is tied. So 3-3 the score. Turley on second, Bauer on first for McDougald, and I think I've put you guys into sleepy go bye-bye time. McDougald has singled and scored. Struck him out, and that'll do. So everyone's just kind of shaking their heads. A run for New York on 3 hits and no errors. Both teams have left on 2 and after 2. Sarah, you got that meeting, darling? It's Washington 3, New York 3. You got that? You got to go. Okay. So Herzog, Severs, and Courtney here in the third. Whitey 0 for 1. Base hit left field. For Severs, who doubled home a run in the first. Walked him. To paraphrase an assistant coach who's about to see his football team play in this grand old cathedral, can't anyone get out here? Can't anyone get out? Clint Courtney is 0 for 1. Herzog on second, Severs on first, and a 3-3 ball game in the third. Pitch to Courtney, right center. Mantle has run about 10 miles in this one. He'll make the catch, and Herzog goes back to tag. He was so far down towards third that he just had to scamper back to second. So 1 out for Olsen. Carl has singled and scored. Walked him. So they're loaded. Herzog on third. Severs on second. And Olsen on first. 1 out for Jim Lemon, who is 0 for 1. Washington trying to retake the lead in a 3-3 tie. Berra and Turley have a word. The word is strike zone. Lemon walks, and it's 4-3 DC. Ugh. It's hot in here. I'm turning on the fan. So 4-3 Washington, 1 out for Harmon Killebrew. Bases are loaded. Harmon has a single and a run scored in this one. Got him. Turley took advantage of the kid and got him to chase a 2-2. That was somewhere closer to New Jersey than the strike zone. So the good news, if you're a Yankee fan, is with the pitcher up, the damage might be 1. Pasquale has a single and an RBI in this one. Up the middle, Turley fields it, throws to first, and indeed Washington leaves him loaded. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the third here in Game 2. Washington 4, Yankees 3. So Mantle, Berra, and Collins to face Pasquale here in the third. Mickey struck out his first time up. He'll do it again. That's 3 for Camilo. 2-2 hard fastball that Mantle chased. So here's Yogi Berra. He's homered in both ends of this doubleheader. He now has 12. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Washington, and they have left on 5. The Yankees, 3 runs, 5 hits, an error, and they have left on 2. Berra into right. Lemon coming in. 2 out for Collins, who's 0 for 1. Popped up, left side, Luttrell. On the grass, side retired. After 3, no runs, no hits, no errors. Finally, a bagel goes up on the board. Washington 4, New York 3. So Yost, Luttrell, and Herzog to face Turley here in the 4th. And Bullet Bob has thrown 94 pitches to 18 batters. 3 innings, 5 hits, 4 walks, all 4 runs are... No, 3 of the 4 runs are earned. And a strikeout. So what do you guys think? Yost is 0 for 2. Turley has 2 Ks now, and 0-2 check swing on strike 3. Luttrell has walked and scored. He's 0 for 1. Blowing out the cobwebs between my ears. Foul ball, left side. Yep. Excuse me. I've kissed a fool. Mwah. Somebody from Staten Island made that catch, and it's 0-2. Struck him out. That's 2 in the inning for Turley. An 0-2 fastball chased at 97. One more sneeze. Goodness. Here's Whitey Herzog. He's 1 for 2. He is singled and scored. And Turley strikes out the side. How about that? No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 4th here in Game 2. Washington 4, New York 3. So again, here are the standings. The Yankees moved to 500 at 20-20. They're in 4th place. And everything else is as it was before we started. Yankees came off a 5-1 beating by Boston. And Baltimore beat Washington yesterday 3-1. Robinson, Martin, and Carey here in the bottom of the 4th. Eddie 0 for 1. Left field goes the opposite way. Back goes Herzog. Whitey running and makes the catch. 1 out for Martin. Billy is 1 for 2 with a double. And there's a ground ball to third. Yost over to Severs. And Martin beat it out. So Billy playing with a bit of a firecracker in his pants. 1 out for Andy Carey. We'll see if they throw over to first and if I want to steal Martin. Billy was thrown out trying to score in the 2nd. A bunt that Billy, I think, misread as a squeeze. Andy Carey has a single and a run scored. That is up the middle. Might be 2. Luttrell goes to Killebrew for 1. Carey will reach. 2 out on the fielder's choice. Turley will swing here. He's 0 for 1. Bob may have another inning in him. He's thrown 104 pitches through 4. Right center, Olson. Through 4. Washington. Oh, Olson slides and makes a great catch. Through 4. Washington 4, Yankees 3. So Severs, Courtney, and Olson to face Turley. Severs 1 for 1 off the mound. McDougal has it on the run. Throws to first. 1 out. For Clint Courtney, who is 0 for 2. Apparently, everyone is watching basketball. Now, Courtney 0 for 2. Turley delivers. There's a fly ball the opposite way. Collins slowly retreats. 2 out for Carl Olson. Olson has walked, scored, and singled. He's 1 for 1. Turley, looks like we could go another inning at this point. Right back up the box. Turley has it and boots it. Third base side of the rubber, and I think Turley went to throw it before he had it. And so a 2-out error. It's a second one for the Yankees. And it'll bring up Jim Lemon, who is 0 for 1. He has driven in a run and walked. Turley was discovered, I'm being told, as a teenager while attending a tryout camp with his uncle, who was a Yankee scout. He threw hard. That's quite the story, John. There's your contribution. Give yourself a cookie. Or a Yingling, or whatever's in your truck. Parallel League is still with us. Lemon's 0 for 1, and he draws the walk. So Turley, who was about to breeze into the 6th, has found that the 5th is not over yet. And, of course, he batted last in the 4th. Of course he did, Ron. Here's Killebrew. Harmon 1 for 2. He has singled and scored and struck out. Fly ball left field. Collins. That ball's still getting some altitude. That'll sink in the wind, and Joe's there. Halfway home in game number 2. 63 and breezy here in town. Washington 4, Yankees 3. Second game of a doubleheader. Washington leads the Yankees 4-3. The Yankees won the first by the score of 8-3. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Washington. 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for New York, and they've been costly. Roy Severs, an RBI double in the first to score Luke Luttrell to make it 1-0. The Yankees took the lead in the first, a 2-run homer from Yogi Berra, his 12th of the year, to make it 2-1. Washington got 2 in the second. Harmon Killebrew singled home Olson to make it 2-2. And then Camille Pasquale with an RBI single. Who says pitchers can't hit, to put the Nationals up 3-2. Yankees tied it in the bottom of the second. Hank Bauer an RBI single to score Max Carey to make it 3-3. And then in the third, Jim Lemon with a bases-loaded walk to score Whitey Herzog. And it is a 4-3 Washington lead. Pasquale 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. The home run to Yogi, and has struck out 3. Turley 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. He has walked 5 and struck out 4. And his 6th inning probably will be his last. So 57 pitches for Pasquale, and I gave you the rest of his numbers. Bauer 1 for 2. He has singled and driven in a run. John says, when the Yankees called his house, we're talking about Bullet Bob Turley here, they asked if his grandfather had an R. Turley in the family who pitched. Of course, they signed Bob's Uncle Ralph sight unseen. Bob ended up signing with the Browns right out of high school. That's interesting. I did not know that. Give yourself a cookie. Pitch to Bauer. That is up the middle. Pasquale, first base side, can't make a play. Again, he thought he had it to throw, and his arms were empty. So he can go down to someplace in Tennessee and stay at the Empty Arms Hotel. Gil McDougald 1 for 2 today. In game 2, he has singled, struck out, and scored. Bauer has good speed. Let's see what they do here. Pasquale goes to the plate, and McDougald fans. A 1-2 fastball outside. Got him looking. So 1 out for Mickey Mantle, who's not had a good game 2. He has struck out both times up. 4-3 Washington, bottom of the 5th. Snap throw down to first, and Bauer is back. Mickey steps back in. Strikes out again. 3 times for the Mick and 5 for Pasquale. A 1-2 off-speed pitch got him swinging. So 2 out for Yogi, who homered in the first. Right center, Lemon. That'll stay in the yard, and that'll do. After 5, no runs, no hits, and 1 error. It's Washington 4, New York 3. Pasquale, Yost, and Luttrell to face a tiring Turley here in the 6th. Turley would bat 5th for the Yankees in the bottom of the 6th. So there's a decent chance you'll see a double switch after Collins. They have some room to play with here. The Yankee bench is deep, and remember, they got a complete game from Johnny Cucks in the first. Pitch to Pasquale is a ground ball to Robinson. Takes it to the bag for the out. Getting back to Bob Turley, he found out he had been traded from the Orioles to the Yankees while watching the news one night after the '54 season. You imagine that? You got your popcorn or your dinner. Maybe you opened up a Natty Boh and you're watching the news. And it's always cool to hear your name called, unless it's by the primary anchor and you've been in court. And so you're stuck with the Orioles, who are not a good team. So you're sipping on your bottle of Natty Boh, and then you choke on it because you realize you've just been traded to the New York Yankees. Eddie Yost is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Turley at 126 pitches, 5 1/3, 5 hits. I don't think all 4 runs are earned. I believe 3 of the 4 are earned. 5 hits, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Turley was known to sing "Happy Days Are Here" again at that point. Yost pops it up. Carry on the grass. 2 out for Luttrell. Lyle has walked and struck out in game 2 and scored once. He's 0 for 2. There's a ground ball to first. Robinson is there, takes to the bag, and that will do. 5.5 in the books. No runs, no hits, no errors. It is still Washington 4, New York 3. So Collins, Robinson, and Martin. Joe is 0 for 2. Pasquale starts the 6th. Right back to Camilo, over to Severs. 1 out. Camilo looking for win number 3 on the year. Pitched a good ball game so far. Robinson is 0 for 2. Struck him out. That's 6. He chased a fastball that moved like a bad splitter. And there's 2 out for Martin. Alfred is 2 for 2. He has singled and doubled. Right back up the box. Pasquale puts the glove down, throws to Severs, and we're through 6. Yankees go in order. Turley out to start the 7th. Washington 4, New York 3. So Herzog, Severs, and Courtney to face Turley. Now, they'd like to get Turley through this inning. And I'm looking, and I guess it would be, I would double switch for a left fielder at this point if Turley gets into trouble. Herzog, 1 for 3, is now 2 for 4. He grounds it past Martin. And Washington starts the 7th with their 6th hit. So Severs, 1 for 2. He has an RBI double, a walk, and a walk. Turley, 79 degrees. That wind blowing from left to right at 10. Chopper or line drive to third. Carey leaps, makes the catch, and Herzog goes back. So here's Clint Courtney. Clint is 0 for 3. Yeah, Roy Severs. Yankees won the first one, Sean, 8-3. Washington leads the second, 4-3. Throw down to second, and Herzog has a third steal. So Washington trying to make some noise. Yankees are 20-20. Washington 19-20, and that's a surprise record for both teams. 1 ball count. That is past Carey in the left field. Herzog will round third. Collins will fire at home, and the run will score. It's 5-3. So Turley will get Olsen, and if he should reach, I think then we do the double. Carl Olsen is 1 for 2. He is singled, scored, and walked. Yankees can't be treading water. You guys, I don't know how many voted. 68% of you think the Yankees will win the American League. And again, I'd agree with that. However, you've hit Memorial Day, and you're a 500 club. Yankees setting up for that epic 9th inning comeback. Paul let the dog type again. Pitch to Olsen. There is a ground ball past McDougal in the left center field. Mantle actually can't get it on a hop, and that's a double. So righty will come in. I can't use Grimmy Goes tomorrow. I can use, okay, so it's righty, righty, righty. If I'm going to have to go with Sturdivant, who goes on June 16th, yeah, that's the plan. So Tom Sturdivant will come in. We will have a double switch. We will go with a new first baseman. And we will put, oh yeah. Bill Skowron will play first. He's a 6 and bat in the 9 hole. And Sturdivant will go in the 6 hole. It was not necessarily a defensive play, but just because you're not going to burn somebody for 1 or 2 batters. He's going to have to go as long as he can here. A lot of games in a short period of time. The dog is typing. I just got now an 11-inning game followed by an 18-inning strat card and dice game. A bit brain fried. I would think 29 innings. Those are the types of doubleheaders that I dread, because I would call it. Lemon is 0 for 1. He has walked twice with an RBI. Yep, Moose Skowron. Pitch to Lemon. Runners on second and third, and Sturdivant gets a strikeout. That's big. Oh, that is big. A 1-2 fastball. Swung on and missed. I didn't do this. I'm sorry. Sturdivant, kind of a Swiss Army knife pitcher. He's making his 5th appearance. He'll eventually make 17 starts. 2-0, a 1.42 ERA. He is 26 years old, a fastball at 87, and a fly ball pitcher. Snake. You think Paula Abdul would be his walk-up music? His 5th appearance, he last pitched a week ago on the 23rd against the Tigers in an 11-9 loss. He went 1/3 of an inning, 5 pitches and a strikeout, 12 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 2 and struck out 9. He had a big one already. Here's Killebrew. Harmon 1 for 3. He has singled, struck out, and scored. 5-3 Washington. They have 1 here in the top of the 7th. And a couple more insurance runs is what they'd like. Killebrew's going to give it to him. It gets past McDougal. Courtney scores. Olsen around 3rd. Collins throw to the plate. Not in time. It's 7-3. Andy Carey with a bad play, and the Senators Nationals take a 4-run lead. You want to know why the Yankees are struggling? You're watching it right here. Here's Pasquale. He's 1 for 3 today. A single and an RBI. Now, this Washington team lost 100. But in the first 5 games of the 22 that these two teams will play, Washington has won 3. They swept them the opening series of the season. It's the 3rd time they played at Yankee Stadium. Pasquale 1 for 3. In the 18-inning game, Gus had a runner on 3rd with a single with an A-rated bunter coming up. I tried to squeeze and biffed it. 8 innings later, I was still kicking myself. Who are you playing? You got to take chances. As you hear me say, you know, when you got a 2% chance of throwing out a runner and they get thrown out, then 98 in 100. Pasquale. Fly ball, left field. Collins makes the catch, and that will do. Stretch time, 7-3 DC. As Scotty says, this Washington team had heart. Miles and miles and miles of heart. And Carl Olsen out there in center. Excuse me. Looks like Van Johnson. He looks like the guy that was in the movie. Andy Carey's had himself a bad afternoon. Not the plate. 1 for 2 in this one. Excuse me again. He has singled and scored. 7 runs, 9 hits, an error for Washington in Game 2. They've left on 8. 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, and the Yankees have left on 4. Carey into right. Lemon going back. 1 out. The thing is for Washington is that their bullpen kind of is like those Dotsons they're advertising in right field in New York. Bill Skowron, first time up, hitting .264. with 3 home runs and 18 RBI. Pasquale winds and fires. Ground ball to Killebrew over to Severs, 2 out. So if they can keep Pasquale's pitch count like they have, and he can go the distance, the National Senators can split on Memorial Day and be a 500 club. Hank Bauer, 1 for 3. He has an RBI and a single. Pasquale, 27 batters, 90 pitches, 6 2/3. All 3 runs are earned. Yes. 6 hits, the home run to Yogi, and 6 strikeouts. Right back up the box. Pasquale has it, throws to Severs, and he needs 6 outs. Wow, wow, wow. Yankees go in order. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Sturdivant on the mound for his first full inning. Senators 7, Yankees 3. So Yost, Luttrell, and Herzog to face old Tom here in the 8th. Eddie is 0 for 4 with a K. Sturdivant starts the 8th. There's a ground ball to Carey, who will go across the way to Scourin, and the Moose keeps his foot on the bag, 1 out. Lyle Luttrell is 0 for 3. He has scored, walked, and struck out. Tom Sturdivant was nicknamed Snake because of his devastating curveball that was difficult for batters to face. Makes sense there, Sean. This time of day, second game of a doubleheader, the shadows starting to come across here at Yankee Stadium because it is a holiday doubleheader. Those banners are up on the frieze around the infield, so those shadows are a mix of some slats from the frieze or the solid from all the pennants pitched. Ernie Orovitz is going to pinch hit. Ernie pinch hit in game 1, hitting .231 as a pinch hitter, .273 overall, 2 triples and 6 RBI. Fly ball, right field. Bauer has it for the out, 2 away for Whitey Herzog. Whitey is 2 for 4. He has singled twice, stolen a base, scored twice, and struck out. Sturdivant deals. Left field goes the opposite way. Collins coming in, rides a Schwinn, and we're through 7.5. No runs, no hits, no errors. Washington, however, continues to surprise the Yankees. They lead 7-3. So McDougald, Mantle, who has had a horrible ball game, and Barra to face Camilo here in the 8th. Gill 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out twice and scored. Pasquale starts the frame. That is a base hit. Jerry Snyder, by the way, is your new shortstop, and he is a 4. With a 5 double play rating. And this was not a double switch. He will bat second. Mickey Mantle is overdue. He is 0 for 3 today. A home run just makes it a 2-run game. Mantle has hit 15 on the year and has driven in 36. Pasquale deals. Mantle into right. Back goes Lemon, and that's a line drive home run. And so Mantle just sprints around the bases. You just knew that he was due. And he just took a wiffle ball bat and slammed that into the seats and right to make it a 2-run game. In the immortal words of Jerry Orbach, no one puts Baby in a corner and nobody puts Mickey Mantle in a corner. And that national bullpen is, to paraphrase Grand Funk Railroad, some kind of awful. Here's Yogi Berra. He has a home run here in Game 2. He homered in Game 1. He now has 12 on the replay and has driven in 36. So Pasquale gives up the hairball, and it's now a 2-run ball game. 7-5, Washington leads it. That's a base hit into right center. So the Yankees now have the tying run at the plate for Joe Collins, who is 0 for 3 in this one. They will pinch hit for Sturdivant. So the Yankees will need another pitcher for the 9th. Collins is 0 for 3. Pasquale getting kind of groggy. It's warm again. It's 80 degrees. And Collins gets hit. So 75,000 rises 1. Collins got hurt. Pasquale apologizes. Collins is doubled over at first. Casey turns to his bench. They're all right-handed hitters against Pasquale, and it's going to be Bob's serve. The left fielder as a pinch hitter at 357. And 2 RBI. Now they're telling me that Collins won't be able to stay in the ball game. We'll see about that. Overall, serve at 351. No homers and 5 RBI. Uh-oh is right. Here come the Yankees. Pasquale. If you're looking at the Washington pen, forget it. They're all tired. There's more S's there than a snake charmer's basket. Berra on second, and Collins, who continues to win. The tying run on first. Serve is the go-ahead run. And the runner on first must be replaced. Okay. So they're going to go with the scooter, Phil Rizzuto, who does have speed. So Rizzuto, the tying run, serve the go-ahead run. Pasquale swallowing hard here. Nobody out, bottom of the 8th. And now a 2-run ball game, 7-5. And he walked him, and they're loaded. Pasquale is the loneliest man in the city of New York. He walks around the mound trying to regain his composure. Berra on third. Rizzuto, the tying run on second. And serve the go-ahead run on first. Nobody out here in the 8th. It is Washington 7, New York 5. And here is Billy Martin. Billy has singled and doubled. And what Carmelo Pasquale wouldn't do right now for a double play or a Klondike bar. Courtney goes out to calm down his pitcher. Martin, he might get 2 here. Killebrew, Snyder for 1, but that's a big one. Martin will reach. Berra scores. Rizzuto the tying run. And now it's a 1-run game. The infield playing in. They're not going to go for 2. Andy Carey, 1 for 3. It's now a 7-6 game. The Yankees have 3 here in the 8th. Andy scored a run. Fly ball, right center. Back goes Olsen. It is off the wall. Rizzuto scores. Martin around third, and the Yankees lead it 8-7. It has all come undone for Washington here in the 8th. The Yankees have a 5 spot on the board. $78,000 screaming fans. The Senators bullpen, even if they were rested, aren't very good. The Yankees have 16 runs today. They still got to win the ball game in the 9th. Skowron is 0 for 1. My word. One out. Skowron 0 for 1. Struck him out. Sean called it, but 1 batter too late. So 2 out for Bauer. 5th time through the lineup. Pasquale, 122 pitches. 7 2/3. All 8 runs, I believe, are earned. Yep. 10 hits. The 2 home runs. Berra and Mantle here in the 8th. Bauer 1 for 4. He has singled and driven in a run. Right back up the box. Pasquale has it over to Severs. And now it's the Yankee bullpen turn. They get 5 on 4 hits and no errors. We go to the top of the 9th here at Yankee Stadium, New York 8, Washington 7. So you can't go with Byrne. You're going to go with Tom Morgan. Grimm goes tomorrow. Byrne goes on Friday. So we'll double switch again. Morgan goes in the 5 hole. And Serve, the new left fielder, is a 3 and a 5. He will bat in the 6 hole. So an hour and 55 into this. Thanks for watching. So Tom Morgan. Oh, I didn't see that number. Washington kind of lighten up here. He has not held a save. He's in a save situation here. He's blown 2. He's 2-1 on the replay. 13th appearance is an earned run average of 924. Got a little captain in me? No, I had a nice coffee, though, this morning. 26 years old is Morgan. Oh, Captain Morgan, I get it. Ha, 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 I'm slow. 85-mile-an-hour fastball and a ground ball plus. The Yankees better hope they got a little captain in them, huh? He last pitched on the 24th when he picked up his second win in a 14-8 blowout, although he didn't pitch all that well. In fact, the Tigers, on back-to-back days, put 10 earned runs on him in 1 inning. In that win, he threw 14 pitches, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 12 2/3, 16 hits, 13 runs, all earned. Casey may have the cough syrup up. He'll call that little captain in him if they get through this. 2 home runs. He has walked 6 and struck out 1. So that ERA that was at one point 2.31 has ballooned to 9.24. Washington 2 to tie and 3 to force 3 to go ahead. It'll be Severs, Courtney, and Olson to face Morgan. Roy is 1 for 3. He has doubled, driven in a run, and walked. Morgan, not a great fielder, is a 2 on the mound with a .909 fielding percentage. Severs, up the middle, past Martin, a base hit. So Carlos Paula will pinch run. Paula is a good runner. He's a 7 there. Not a threat to steal. Courtney, the tying run. He's 1 for 4 today. An RBI and a run scored. Both teams have 10 hits. The Yankees have 8 runs. Washington has 7. The Senators or Nats have left on 8. The Yankees have left on 5. The Yankees won game 1, 8-3. Pitch to Courtney. There's a slow chopper that's almost a bunt. Skowron flips it to Martin, and Courtney's retired. It was a bunt. Well, at least everyone's getting their exercise in. So Paula, the tying run, is in scoring position. And now, do you walk Olson to face Lemon? Because the tying run isn't on second. And I think I do. I'd rather face Lemon. I want to set the double play. Let's see if that was the right move. So Paula on second with 1 out. They want the force. Jim Lemon is 0 for 2. He has walked twice, struck out, and driven in a run. Morgan has yet to convert a save. In real life, although he didn't know it, he did 11. The Yankees got 5 in the 8th to take an 8-7 lead. Left field. Gonna drop. Mantle has it. Paula holds it third. Oh my word, he held it third. I know you really don't run a Mickey Mantle, but sometimes you got to take that chance. Here's Killebrew. He is 2 for 4. He has singled twice. He has driven in 2. He has scored once and struck out. There are 78,000 people in this ballpark, and I'm not sure anyone has a fingernail left. Morgan, Paula on third, Olson the go-ahead run on second, and Lemon on first. Barrett reminds Morgan that they need to win this ballgame. Tom shakes his head. Killebrew up the middle, base hit. Game is tied. Olson scores. They take a 9-8 lead. Would you believe that? Harmon Killebrew has a 3-hit, 4 RBI day. He can't induce a ground ball. He has blown the save, and it's 9-8. So now, what does the computer do with Pasquale, who's 1 for 4 with an RBI? The rest of the Yankee bullpen is supposed to pitch over the next couple days as starters. There ain't enough Ballantyne in this ballpark right now. My word. Runners on the corners, 1 out. And Herbie Plews, P-L-E-W-S, to pinch hit. It'll be McDougald, Mantle, and Barra in the bottom of the 9th. Plews does not have a pinch hit, hitting .265 overall, 4 triples, and 4 RBI. Yeah, this kid from Killebrew might be something real, won't he? What a debut party for Harmon Killebrew. Plews, runners on the corners, 1 out, in a 9-8 Washington lead. To Morgan. Goes to Scourin, and Plews is retired. That's what they needed like 5 batters ago. So now 2 out for Eddie Yost, who is 0 for 5 today with a K. My word. Yost to Martin. Now they get the ground balls. It won't matter. Morgan is 3 for 3 in blown saves. And just like Tracy the other night at the Garden, he blew chunks. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's cardiac time, kiddies. Washington 9, New York 8. Bob Chocolis, in his 11-12 ERA, will try to get 3 outs. He is 29 years old. He does have 2 saves. He is 1-0, again, with an earned run average that is 11-12. No, it's 132 run. He throws a fastball at 85, a ground ball pitcher. He pitched both ends of Sunday's doubleheader at Fenway. He got the win in Game 1. 1 inning, 11 pitches, a solo homer. In Game 2, a line score that will scare the daylights out of you. 4 1/3, 96 pitches, 10 hits, 10 runs, all earned, a homer, 4 walks, and a strikeout. Chick has thrown 17 innings. Although it's going to feel like he threw a lot more than that. 27 hits, 21 runs, all earned. He's allowed 3 homers. He has walked 9 and struck out 6. But he looks too big to be a second baseman. Yeah. No, what a performance by Killebrew, huh? Chick was good for you in 55 when you played him in micro league, and wild in 56. Chick walked 57 in 96 innings in real life. He struck out 33. He needs 3 outs. McDougald, Mantle, and Barrett, good luck. Gill is 2 for 4 in this game. He has singled twice and scored twice. To third, Yost. Over to Runnels, who's the new first baseman. 1 out. So, Runnels a 5 at first. Mantle, who's the reason why we're still playing this game, had that home run in the 8th. He now is 16 on the year. It has driven in 38. He also has struck out 3 times today. Yankees 1 to tie and 2 to win. Line drive, first base side, out of play. 0-2 the count. Somewhere, Casey Stengel has found Earl Weaver's stash of Chesterfields. It's an 0-2 to Mickey Mantle. And he lost him. He threw 4 wide. So the tying run is Mantle. And now the winning run is Yogi Berra. Yogi is 2 for 4 in Game 2. He homered in Game 1. He homered in Game 2. He made it a 2-1 ballgame. So Chocolus needs 2 outs. If he can get past Berra, with the game still being there, the Yankees have to go back to the bench. It is 80 degrees. Everybody just kind of rocking back and forth, standing up. Pitch to Yogi. Base hit, left center field. That's in the death alley. Olsen's going to grab it. It's going to be off the wall. Bear is on second. The winning run is in scoring position. And so who's going to get one off of Chuck-a-Luck here? It's going to be Elston Howard. Ellie, not have a pinch hit appearance yet. Overall, 198. He can win this ballgame with a home run and 13 RBI. Infield playing in. You'd think they'd walk him and take their chances with serve. Mantle, the tying run on third. Berra, the winning run on second. Infield in. 1 out. This has been the game of the year so far, gang. Pitch to Howard. There's a ground ball to Killebrew. And Mantle will stay put. 2 out. Bob Serve is the ballgame. Chuck-a-Luck has 2 out. Last chance saloon for the Yankees. Mantle on third. Berra on second. Serve walked his first time up. The standing room only crowd are walking back and forth. The Nationals trying to steal one here in the second game of a doubleheader. Serve waves the bat back and forth. Here's the pitch. Walked him. The thing is, with a pitcher like that, you let them make the mistakes. Here's Martin. Bases loaded. 2 out. Mantle on third. They're going now. Well, there's 2 outs, and the runners have been going anyway. Berra on second. Serve on first. Billy today in game 2, 2 for 4. A single, a double, an RBI, and a run scored. No place to put him. And Chocolus does not have any control. No, he didn't serve up the game-winning hit. The over-anxious Billy Martin right here. 9-8, 2 out, bottom of the 9th. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Snyder. Is he going to get anybody? He goes to Killebrew and the Nationals win it. Harry Houdini they are. Yeah, wow is right there, kitty cat. They win the ball game 9-8. They split this doubleheader. Lola wanted that one. My word. How about that? 2 hours, 57 fake minutes. Oh, sure. He loves it when a plan comes together. It's like hard boiling the egg in the 7th grade home ec class. It doesn't crack, but you still get credit for it. Washington at 500, 20-20, 9 runs, 12 hits, an error. And they leave on 10. The Yankees will take the split. They are at 20-21. Under 500, 8 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. Camilo Pascual, 3-5 now, 8 innings, 10 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 2 homers. He walked 1 and struck out 7. Chuckless, the most unlikeliest save you will ever see. He went 1 inning. He allowed 1 hit. He walked 2, but a bagel on the board. 23 pitches. He must have thrown an intentional walk. How do you only throw 6 balls and walk 2? Bob Turley, 6 1/3. 8 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. He walked 5 and fanned 4. Sturdivant was pretty good. He had to be pinch hit 4. Inning and 2/3, a hit and a strikeout. And then Captain Morgan here blows his 3rd save of the year. 1 inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Well, the fact that he was also on short rest, Sean, and a walk from Morgan. The rest of this Wednesday in baseball as the Yankees fall to 5 back. Speaking of that, John, come feed mine, will you? Everybody's playing a doubleheader today, so we'll let these play out before I start reading scores. At Forbes Field in Pittsburgh, the Pirates sweep the Giants 5-4 in the first. King 2-0, Antonelli 3-4. Dale Long hits his 10th, 2 for 3 and 3 RBI. In Game 2, Elroy Face beats the Giants 8-1. Elroy 3-2, Little 1-3, and Dick Grote goes to 3-5. Doubleheader in Cleveland is a split. Don Mossy wins the first. Indians 4-0 over Chicago. Billy Pierce falls to 4-3. Bobby Avila 2 for 3. In the nightcap, White Sox double up. The Indians 12-6. Staley, I think it's Jerry, 1-0. Mike Garcia falls to 4-2. Rivera 4 for 5, 2 RBI, and a triple. At Philadelphia, Brooklyn in Game 1, 5 homers, 18 hits. They beat Philly 14-5. Sal Maglie 1-1. Robin Roberts 2-6. Jackie Robinson 3 for 4, hits a 6th and drives in 2. They get the sweep. In the nightcap, Don Drysdale goes to 4-1 in a 5-3 win. Rogovin falls to 0-4. Duke Snyder 2 for 4, hits a 17th with a double. At Baltimore, they walked 10 in one of their games, but they swept the Red Sox 4-2 in the opener. Zuvernick 2-4. Ike DeLock 1-5. Francona, that's Tito, 2 for 4, hits his first. The nightcap goes to Baltimore 6-3. Brown knew what he could do for you, 1-1. And Soucy falls to 1-2. Dick Gernert, 3 for 4, hits his 8th in the loss. At Wrigley Field, Milwaukee sweeps the Cubs. They pound 16 hits in one of the games. They beat the Cubs 9-1 in the opener. Buell 4-1. Meyer 1-3. Bobby Thompson 4 for 5 with 2 RBI. In the nightcap, they beat the Cubs 9-5. Crone 3-2. Hacker 2-3. And Mixus 2 for 4. Hits his third and drives in 2. Cardinals sweep the Redlegs 7-2 in the opener. Murray Dixon 3-1. Johnny Klipstein 1-6. Sauer 1 for 2. Hits his third with a walk. And in the nightcap 4-3. Ellis Kinder gets the win as first. Black 1-1 and Smith 2 for 4 with his first of the year. Last but not least, the Tigers sweep the Athletics. 18 hits, I'm presuming, in this first game. 12-6 over Kansas City. Heft goes to 5-0. Bobby Shantz 1-1, and Maxwell 2 for 3 with the sixth. Second game, or one of those games, they made 4 errors, but they beat the A's in game 2, 7-4. Virgil Trucks 5-1. Art Ditmar 4-6. Lopez 3 for 5, hits his seventh and drives in 2. And for this on the channel, that will be the end of May. When we're with you next Monday, we will be in June. And until then, when I can tell you that it will be the Milwaukee Braves and the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm Ron Junkett. Thank you so much for hanging with us for the last 2 hours and 16 minutes. We will talk to you Monday. Have a good weekend.